Senator Scott Brown and Democratic strategist Julie Roginsky. I'm going to start with Julie first, because she's the girl, and he does need to win over more women. And Julie, it's anticipated that that's going to be one of his biggest hurdles. I should think his daughter could help him immensely here. What is it that she could do tonight that really might start to change how he's perceived?
Well, she needs to do two things. One is she needs to continue doing what her brother Eric, I think, did so effectively yesterday, which is to try to humanize Donald Trump. The first real emotion I saw from Donald Trump in all these months we've been talking about him and looking at him is when his son Eric yesterday spoke about his love and admiration for his father. And you saw Donald Trump, I think, almost tearing up at his son's praise of him. And I think that was a very poignant moment, regardless of how you feel about Donald Trump, to show that there is a connection there. Ivanka can do that equally as effectively. Everything I've seen of her, she's an amazing communicator, and hopefully she'll be able to do that for him as well. Secondly, she needs to explain
Go ahead, Julie.
Yep. Secondly, she needs to explain to women, and this is a much tougher challenge, how Donald Trump's policies and some of the rhetoric we've heard from him towards women is not something that he espouses. Now, that's a very, very tall order for her. Clearly, she's his daughter. She loves him. You'd expect her to do nothing less. But she needs to convince women, and college-educated white women, this is the first time in my recollection that a Republican nominee is losing that demographic. She needs to convince women like her, college-educated white women, to come back to the Republican Party and to the Republican fold, which is going to be a very tough challenge for her to do.
I got to jump in. I think in some ways she really represents what a modern woman is. She's got a full life. She's got little kids at home, a brand new baby. She runs her own company. She has a role in her father's, and she's playing an active role in this campaign. I don't know how she ever sleeps, but in many ways, this is what women aspire to be today.
Absolutely, and if you look at a lot of women in his corporations, they are in leadership roles as well. Having that same type of lifestyle, these overachievers are people who just want to make a better life for themselves and their families.
So I look at that and I say, this is a guy who raised this woman, this really, from all accounts, pretty extraordinary and successful woman. It doesn't gel with the whole image of him being a misogynistic, chauvinist pig.
Well, some of the things he said, whether it's yucking it up with Howard Stern or doing things,
that's the problem.
The kind of the guy stuff that some people do and get carried away a little bit, they take that and magnify it. But once again, when I look at anybody, whether it's him or you or anyone else, the first thing I look at is their kids. The second thing I look at is their business associates and their employees. Now, if he's got a position where there are many women, as you know, in leadership positions in his business, I mean, that speaks volumes. I've been there. You've seen it yourself.
No, I do. I just think that you're right. Some of the things he's said over the years have landed him in all the trouble he's in. But his actions suggest otherwise.
Listen, he's a very philanthropic man. He's a good man, and the thing that people like about him, and he's not like the typical politician, as you saw last night with Ted Cruz. Giving his word and then going back on his word, and that's what people are being drawn to.
All right. Well, it's going to be an exciting night. Julie, I'm sorry we're out of time. I'm going to see you in a little bit later in the show. We're going to be right back. Thank you, Senator Brown.
Thank you.